You arrive in the world in darkness and silence, somewhere deep inside the earth. The den is small. Your mother's body fills most of it. You are the size of a human fist. You weigh less than a pound. Your eyes are sealed shut. Your ears are folded flat against your skull. You cannot hear anything. You cannot see anything. You press into her fur and find heat, and you stay there. You are not alone. There is another cub beside you, smaller, quieter. You do not know this yet. You only know warmth and milk, and the slow rise and fall of your mother's breathing. You are 3 weeks old now. Your eyes begin to open. The den is barely lighter than the dark behind your eyelids, but you can make out shapes. Your mother's face, your sibling pressed against your side, the packed earth ceiling just above you. You blink, you breathe, you push your face into her chest and feed. She has not eaten in 4 months. Her body is doing this entirely on reserves built up through the fall, fat stored layer by layer across months of feeding. She loses weight every day you nurse. You gain weight every day. This is the arrangement. You are 6 weeks old. You can hear now. Sound reaches you from outside the den, wind moving through pine, the distant crack of settling ice. Your sibling lifts his head when the wind comes. You do the same. Neither of you moves toward the entrance. Your mother does not move at all. She breathes slowly, metabolizing herself to keep you alive. You are 2 months old when the den opens. Light floods in, and you flinch back against your mother's side. It is the first time you have seen the sky. It is pale and enormous, and nothing like the dark you came from. Your mother steps out ahead of you and stands in the snow. She lifts her nose to the air. Her body is lean now, the winter fat nearly gone. She needs to eat. You and your sibling tumble out after her. The snow is deep. You sink immediately up to your belly. You look at her. She is already moving down the slope, her paws spreading wide to distribute her weight. You follow. Every step takes effort. You fall. You get up. You fall again. She does not slow down. You are 3 months old. Spring is arriving. The snow is receding up the mountain slopes, and the first green shoots are pushing through wet soil in the lower meadows. Your mother tears at the ground with her claws, pulling up roots and bulbs. She eats almost constantly. You watch her and try the same, digging, sniffing, tasting. Some things are bitter, some are nothing, some are exactly right. You learn by watching, and by failing, and by watching again. Your sibling has grown larger than you. He is more aggressive at feeding sites. When your mother uncovers a good patch, he pushes in front, and you step back. You wait. You take what is left. This is how it will be. You are 5 months old. Your mother catches a ground squirrel in an open meadow, a short explosive sprint, one strike with a forepaw, and it is over. She eats it in seconds. You sniff at the spot where it happened. You smell blood and fur and something sharp and alive. Your nose catalogs everything. Your mother's nose is your greatest inheritance. You do not know this yet. You are 1 year old. You have survived a full cycle. You know your territory by smell. The river bends, the berry slopes, the meadows where elk calves appear in late spring, the stand of white bark pines where the nuts cache in cones in August. You know all of this by nose before you can fully process what knowing even means. You have watched your mother fish. She wades into the shallows of the river during the salmon run and stands still, watching the current. When a fish passes, she sweeps it onto the bank with one foreleg. She does not jump. She does not thrash. She waits, and then she acts, and the timing is everything. You have tried and failed. You have watched and tried again. You are almost 2 years old when your mother drives you away. She does it in a single afternoon. She was nursing you 2 days ago. Now she pins her ears back and charges, and does not stop. You run. Your sibling runs beside you. You look back once, and she has already turned away. You will not see her again. You are 2 years old, sub-adult. You and your sibling range together through the first summer of your independence, keeping to areas where established males are absent. You are not large enough to hold ground yet. You yield to every bear you encounter. You move at the edges. You eat constantly. Grasses, sedges, roots, berries, ground squirrels, carrion, anything with calories. Your body needs to build toward the fat reserves that will carry you through winter. You are always eating. When you are not eating, you are looking for food. This is what your life is now. Your sibling pushes further east in late summer. You do not follow. You find a river drainage that seems less contested, and you stay. You are 4 years old. You weigh nearly 300 pounds. Your sibling is gone, separated by territory and time. You have not seen him in 2 years. You have had your first serious confrontation with an adult male, a bear twice your size who found you at a carcass and charged without warning. You ran. You carried a gash on your left shoulder for 2 weeks. You avoided that drainage for the rest of the season. But your territory is beginning to take shape. The river bend where the salmon stack in August. The huckleberry slopes 2 ridges west. The cutgrass meadows along the upper creek. You know these places by scent and by season, and you have begun to leave your own marks, rubbing your back against the same spruce trees, pressing your paws into the same soft ground, advertising your presence. You are 6 years old. The first time a female comes through your territory during the breeding season, you follow her for 3 days. You move when she moves. You stop when she stops. You keep your distance. She ignores you or tolerates you. The difference is not always clear. A larger male arrives on the second day, and there is a confrontation. He is older and heavier. He pins his ears and lunges, and you step aside. He claims the female. You pull back to the edge of the meadow and wait. The larger male leaves after a few days. The female is still there. You approach again, slower this time. She does not flee. You stay near her for 4 days. There are cubs the following spring, somewhere. You will never know where. You will never know them. That is not how this works. You are 8 years old. You are close to 450 pounds by late fall. You are one of the larger bears in this drainage now. Younger males yield to you at feeding sites. You do not need to charge. Posture is enough. You stand and they read your size and they step back. You have learned to fish. You wade into the shallows during the August salmon run, and you wait with your nose pointed into the current, tracking motion through smell and sight both. When the fish comes, you drop your head and pin it with your jaws. You carry it to the bank. You eat the brain and the skin and the fat, rich belly first and leave the rest. You can catch dozens in a day when the run is strong. You gain as much as 3 pounds per day during the peak of the run. Your body needs 30,000 calories to carry itself through a winter. The math of your life is constant and merciless. You are 10 years old. A dry summer has thinned the berry crop across the high slopes. The huckleberries are sparse. The white bark pine cones are scarce. The salmon run was lower than any you remember. You enter the late season lighter than you should be. You dig your den into the north-facing slope of a ridge where the snow will pack deep and insulate well. You turn around inside it until the shape fits your body. You curl into yourself and your heart slows. Your temperature drops. The world outside goes white. You emerge in spring 30 pounds lighter. You eat. You rebuild. You are 13 years old. There is a younger male, perhaps 6 years old, perhaps 280 pounds, who has been testing the edges of your territory for 2 summers. This summer, he comes further in. You encounter him at the river bend during the salmon run. He does not step back immediately. You hold your ground. He stands, measures you, and for a moment there is something genuine in the air between you. You charge! He runs. You do not pursue far, just far enough. The point is made, but you feel the charge differently now than you did at 8. Your left knee aches from an old impact. Your right shoulder has reduced range of motion from the gash that healed wrong years ago. You are still dominant. But the margin has changed. You are 16 years old. 2 winters ago you stayed in the den longer than usual. You emerged late and found the lower meadows already dry. Your body felt the shortage of that winter more deeply than before. You move more slowly now. Not slow. You can still cover ground quickly when you need to. But the effort costs more. You eat more carefully. You choose your confrontations more deliberately. The young male is in your drainage again. This time when he enters the river bend, you move toward him and he holds his ground longer before yielding. You note this. He is heavier now. 310 pounds, maybe more. You stand in the shallows with your size and your age, and he finally drops his eyes and moves upstream. But you stay at the bank longer than necessary after he leaves. You watch the current. You are 18 years old. It is the 5th dry season in a row in this part of the range. The salmon runs are reduced. The berry crops are inconsistent year to year. You have adapted. You always adapt. But your body now carries 18 years of this terrain, this weather, this work. Your teeth show wear. Your claws are shorter from years of digging. Your back legs trouble you in the cold mornings, and it takes time moving down the slope before they loosen. You are the largest bear in the drainage, but the young male who has been challenging you for the past 4 years now outweighs you. You know it by the confrontations, by the way the encounters have changed. Longer standoffs, less immediate yielding on his part. One morning in late August at the river bend, he does not yield at all. The confrontation is not long. There is noise and contact and force, and then it is over. You withdraw upstream. Your right side aches where you hit the bank. You sit in the shallows with the cold water running across your paws, and you breathe. You do not return to that section of river. You eat through the fall on what you can find in the upper drainage. Roots, grubs, ground squirrels. A deer carcass you locate by smell 2 ridges over and spend 3 days at before it is picked clean. You build enough fat to enter the den. You dig it in a different location than before, higher on the ridge, further from the river. You curl into yourself. Your heart slows. The snow covers the entrance. You do not wake in spring. The den stays sealed through the melt. The drainage shifts and changes without you. The river runs its course. The salmon return. The huckleberries come and go across the high slopes. At the river bend where you fished for years, a young female arrives with 2 cubs in late summer. The cubs are 8 months old. They tumble out of the shallows onto the bank and shake water from their fur and look at everything with wide eyes and no knowledge of the world yet. One of them presses her nose to the bank where the scent marks have faded, smelling something she cannot name, something old and layered and already becoming part of the ground. She arrived in the world with her eyes sealed shut, pressing into warmth in the dark, knowing nothing except that something was there, and it was enough.